Hello and welcome back to another video, and in today's video we're going to be drawing more hair. Now, I did split this into two completely even pieces with a completely straight line, so that I can draw two different drawings. Alright, so we are going to start on this side because I'm left-handed, and we're going to just give her short hair that is affected by wind. And then on here, we'll draw, I don't know. We're just going to go ahead and draw. I didn't really think much. I've just been sitting here for a while. And wanted to start drawing something. That's a good enough circle. I do have some references up here. But unlike what I usually do, these are all references of real life peoples, not animes. Alright, so we just gotta get that basic face shape down, you know? Alright, just get the basic shape in. Then get ourselves a neck in here, which we won't be drawing any body or anything, just because the main focus is the hair, but we can still add a neck. We'll go ahead and clean up this top half. Whoops. There we go. We'll just leave the chin as is for now because of laziness, and we don't need it changed. So here's about where the top of the head was. So the top of the hair should probably be about here-ish. So the bangs should then... this would probably be about the eye line, so the bangs would probably go to about here-ish. Now, this lady's got kind of some way curlier hair than I can actually draw, but... oh yeah, it was going to affect it by the wind, wasn't it? You know what, we'll just go ahead and draw this one as normal, and then we'll draw this one as affected by wind. And then tomorrow we can draw some long hair. I was going to draw long hair here, but, you know, I don't have to. No, actually, hold on. Let me erase this. I do like that specific strand of hair. Or I guess it's a clump of hair, but let's go ahead and get this. My pencil's really short. Alright, so we're going to want to give her... so that's where the top of the hair is. So the hair should originate from the top. From the top, go down and curve here. I just brought that from the top to get like a rough where it's supposed to start. No, I don't like that strand. Where'd my pencil go? There it is. Get that out of the way. Alright. These are kind of being like not the bestest strands, but they're also not the worst. So we're gonna keep it this. This is kind of low though, because that's where the eyes would be, so the hair is encroaching on the eyes this entire time. So we're actually going to erase this again and start over. This is why I miss digital art. I miss being able to move stuff. I'll go back to digital eventually. I just want to get at least pretty decent at paper. I want to be able to just like pull out a sketchbook and draw some stuff, like randomly. Oh, you know what I should do? I'm just never gonna draw the fucking hair, dude. Alright, let's go ahead and just try to get some strands like this. I don't know, this is kind of looking like it's a little too not right, but you know, we're gonna go with it, because how else am I gonna learn how to do this if I don't test stuff out, you know? I feel like I've been trying to play it way too safe for too long. I need to, like, try different things out. See what I can get to work and what I can't. Alright. I like the having like 2 strands in the front covering like the face a little bit, like a longer one here than those, and then a longer one that goes past the chin, or like at least close to it. I like that. So I'll probably end up drawing that a decent amount for characters, but that part doesn't need to go all the way up, and neither does this. Now, let's go ahead and add another strand right here. This is actually looking pretty decent, I think. It's not perfect, but I think it's looking pretty decent. Alright. Okay, what do we do now? We're gonna erase that just a little bit. And just some lines onto here. Then, we're going to want to... oh, I hope you can't hear that, but that's pretty loud. They started watching something out there. Alright, so we're gonna draw this hair now. It's short hair. Shortish long hair, I guess, depending on how short your hair is. You might think it's longer than... You might not think it's that short, or you might think it's long. That's the same thing, isn't it? I don't know what I'm saying. Just go ahead and try to get some strands in here. Alright, and then just sort of add the background of the hair, which is the same kind of basic that I'll add in most drawings. Although I'd say this one's not the best. Let's go ahead and just lightly get rid of that shit. Try to erase the top a little bit. Alright. We're not connecting those yet because of... I can never draw the line correctly, like the right curve. No, you can't even see those lines that I drew here now because they smudged. That's fine. As I should probably draw harder. I do. If I draw harder, the lines actually stay and smudge less, but... what am I doing? Oh yeah, this hair now. I can do this, and then draw some hairs here. There we go. Now, this is actually looking pretty decent, I think. That is very loud. I'm almost guaranteed that you can hear them. Oh, that actually looks pretty good. I'm about to go tell them to turn it down, though. So, I'll be right back. Alright, I'm back. I just went out there and turned it down and came back in. Alright, Alright, so both these sides could definitely be better. But I like them. Let's go ahead and just like solid these lines just so that they don't mix in with any shading or anything. Now we're gonna pretty solid that line, and same with this line. Not fully solid them, but pretty solid them. And we're gonna have to do that to the tips too, because well, it's not gonna work if the tips are not like solided. Alright, now this isn't exactly perfect, but I do actually like this. This side, they're both a little different from each other, but like, I think that this is actually pretty good. Now I'm trying to just solid some of these lines, just so that they're more visible. I am messing them up just a little bit, but that's not really on purpose. That's just, I'm not very good at steering the pencil when I'm pressing harder. Alright, now I'm gonna try to add some shading, but I usually try to do this like same type of shading on like all hairs, and it's because I got it to look really good on one piece of hair that I drew. So I'm obviously gonna try to apply it whenever I can. And that's just sort of highlighting the edges. Alright. I like that. I think that actually looks pretty good. It is very simple. Obviously she has no face, but that's good. That's pretty good. And that only took 13 minutes. Alright, so now we are going to draw the next hair. But this one's supposed to be affected by the wind. Now I can actually use my references. This doesn't really have any references. I was kind of just thinking of I like straight down anime hair, and for the little bits on the front that are overlapping, I was thinking of Makima from Chainsaw Man. I'm fixing my braces. Give me a second. You're already here, so you can just wait. You don't mind. Alright, move the eraser. That was kind of funny. It just like flopped on the paper. And now we're drawing here, which is going to be slightly more difficult because I'm left-handed, but now that picture won't get smudged. Now, what are we drawing? A face. So we need to get the basic things down. Step 1, circle of good shape size, then chin of good shape size, real life girls have much sharper chins than anime girls, but I'm going to make their chins wider for the sake of stylizedness. Because I do actually like it when the chin's a bit wider. I just always accidentally draw them very sharp because I'm not the best at the whole keeping everything consistent thing. Alright. I don't know if it fell, but as long as I don't look over there, nothing fell. Nothing fell if I don't look over there. I'm gonna erase a little bit of that though, so it's gone. And I'm sure these will just end up smudging everywhere and end up disappearing along the way. Now we'll give her a neck, a kind of skinny, scrawny one. It's a very long neck, so we're actually going to just shorten that. I know it doesn't matter too much, but if it looks really ugly like the neck does, then it can end up making the drawing look ugly. Like, that's the same with the chin. You have to have the chin look at least decent. You gotta have all the basic stuff look at least decent. If you have something look too bad, then it can kind of ruin a drawing a bit. Unless you know how to do that, because you can't have bad things. You can have bad things with drawings, but they need to be put in well to make it look funny, but good. I'm just rambling while trying to think of how I'm going to draw this hair in the wind. Now, which way should I put the wind? Which way do I curve? Alright, we're gonna blow the wind that way. That would be the curve of my hand, right? Well, it's blowing that way, so then it curves this way. So no, that wouldn't be the curve of my hand. So I want to blow it this way. That was a lot. That was like 4 minutes of me just doing nothing. I guess I drew the jaw. The jaw. Sharpen my pencil, make it even smaller. Alright, I'm realizing now that my references that I gathered, for the most part, are just kind of wind blowing from the back or the front. Yeah, there's not really necessarily hair going from straight one side to the other. So I'm just gonna improvise a little bit, a little improvisation. Improvisation, I think. That's good for art, I think. I'm not entirely sure. I'm pretty sure it is because, well, why would it not be? This one's smaller than this one. That's fine, though. Alright, we're just gonna fix that chin a little bit because I can, and there's nothing you can do about it. And now I feel like it looks a little worse, but also better. So we're going to stop stalling. Stop it. Draw. What are we drawing? Hair go that way. Okay. Where would the eyes end up? The eyes would be about here, so we want a hair to reach about here-ish. Here's the top of the head, so... that's what a normal strand would look like, but wind. I want to get some normal strands in here, actually. To see what type of... Oh, well, I should just do that type of hair, shouldn't I? Because then I don't have to decide on a new type of hair, because I've just already got the hair done. So, yeah. I'm not entirely sure how I would do it, but, that's fine. Okay, so we're going to blow it this way then, actually, because then it'll be a little bit simpler with the bit that's over here. Okay, so we want... this right here, and then this hair right here, but this hair is going to be blowing over like this. Alright, so we need to erase that line though, because, well, it is a little sloppy and messy, but now right there, get it a good thickness. And right there. No, I want some more curve. I want some more twist in that. Because the wind's blowing. I'm not actually going to draw that at the moment. I'm going to try to focus on the bits over here. Now, where'd my eraser go? Oh, Ned's got it. Alright. My nail's scratching the paper. This is too high. So we're going to erase that. I'm looking at it relative to this. I'm just using this as my reference. Okay, no, we want this to go down more. Alright, so we've got this going like this, and this, and this, and now that isn't exactly the perfect curve, because I do think it's a little bit sharp of a curve, but you know what? I was gonna say I didn't care, but then I accidentally messed that up. Yeah, I think that's good enough. Now we're going to go like this. Alright, and go like that. Put the hair in there. Then we've got some more strands. This I'm going to break apart. It is one big strand, but I'm going to break it apart into two strands because, well, I'm not entirely sure how I would make that go towards that way with the wind. I just don't exactly know how I would do that, so. I might get rid of that line at the top, but for now it's just gonna stay. Go like this with that. No, we need to shorten the length of that. I feel like I should redo this because it's not exactly perfect, but I think it's good enough. But we're gonna go ahead and redraw it. We redrew that other hair so many times. We can afford to redraw this one a couple times. Okay, now okay, now just go like this. No. I don't know. It's I'm not exactly sure how I want these hairs to end up looking in the wind. I guess it's up to me, considering this isn't a character that already exists. I'm just drawing hair. So the style of it's up to me on how it would be affected by the wind. So I guess I'm just going to try to do this. We're just going to leave that be for now, because I just don't feel like I'm getting much of anywhere with it, so we're just going to leave it for now. Because when in doubt, just leave it be and come back later. I don't know. Oh, that's good enough for the moment. And then this hair will also sort of be blowing. Alright. Okay, this is very messy, but we're going to leave it for the moment, like I did the other part, so I can get this Now, go like this. Somewhat solid these bottom lines. Now I've got to erase this mess and redraw it. Alright, so about here is where this should be. Tilt it. Just put it like that and whoosh. Alright, go like that. Then go like this. And then erase it because you messed it up. And then see if this were to stretch and like wind, it would go to about here. And this were to wind, it would go probably about like here-ish, but we're not going to bring it there. So if we're to put this one would end up lining somewhat up with this. So we're going to want to wind it out. Wind it out. Alright. Then erase the bottom to try and make it better. Then go like that. Then we're going to get some wind on here. And then get some wind here. Now this isn't exactly perfect or anything, but I think this isn't that bad. And we're just going to sort of connect, I guess, some hairs here, because this is still sort of on the outside, so it wouldn't be entirely behind. Alright, so this should be 3 strands of here, right here, and here. The only thing about those strands though, is those strands are only just being affected by the wind. That's how I was drawing them, but all these ones have been affected for a while now, so that means I need to draw these ones with the same effect in mind. That's how, like, when a strand, like, looks like this, where it's like blowing, but it's partially still there. That's because it's only starting to be affected by the wind. But when it like looks like that, it's been affected by the wind a lot. And then obviously just like this is just not affected by the wind at all. Alright. Alright, so is this perfect? Absolutely not. I'm not going to do too much to this because I don't really think there's too much that I can do in general to it. I'm going to try to put these lines how they were on the head, even if they are being affected by the wind. They're still in the same places that they are and still connected to the same places that they would be. So they would still be behaving the same way, just in the wind this time. Now we're going to draw this. And then erase the tip and redraw it, but I should be able to get it better this time. Yeah, that's good enough. It's not exactly perfect, but it's fine. And then we would need to draw the hair, the rest of it. Would this be able to reach out this far? Yeah, I think so. I can't draw curves right there very well because of it's not on the paper. So we're going to make this part just a little bit less affected by the wind. Even though it probably should be pretty affected, we're just going to make it a little less affected than I was making it. Just a very little bit. What if I were to make it go straight down a little bit more and then like curve out like this? And then add the strands here. And then add some strands in here. I think I kind of like that a little better. Although most of those strands are just a little bit messy, but now this isn't going to be exactly perfect or anything, but I do think that this should be pretty good. Okay. Is that perfect? Absolutely not. Absolutely not. It could definitely use some things that I'm going to go ahead and talk about right now. It could definitely use some stray hairs, like that you see in anime, like random stray hairs, like maybe about like here, and like, oh, some more stray hairs like out here and stuff. Like more detailed than I'm doing at the moment where I'm just like scribbling. I could definitely use some of those, but I don't entirely know how to implement those into a drawing exactly, so I'm not going to add them, trying to just ruin the drawing. Because it's not like when I say I don't know how to add something and then I add it, it's I don't even understand where to begin with those, so it just wouldn't make sense for me to add them. Because if you don't understand something, then you kind of can't add it very well, because without a well understanding of it, you don't know how to implement it. Alright. Alright, this is definitely not perfect, but I actually do like this. I do think it's pretty good. I think the wind is kind of all over the place on how much it is affecting the different strands, because I kind of did up here just make those strands not really affected by the wind that much and kind of just curved them this way. And then I do feel like I made this part of the hair decent, and I made this part decent enough, but it's not the best. These strands are good for being affected by the wind, but it is just 2 strands. Now that, I really like that. I think that looks good. And, yeah. That's all I really have, so yeah. Bye. Have a wonderful day.